What's up, YouTube? We are back with another mail day. This is mail day number 2. I'm going to show you guys another 5 cards that I've chosen to invest in. I'm going to explain why I've chosen to invest in these cards. Maybe you guys will start feeling the same way, and if not, please leave a comment below. Let me know if you're feeling differently. Let me know if there are other players that you guys are investing in. I would love to know about it. I definitely buy a bunch of cards, and some of them you get really good deals on, and some of them it's going to be a bit of an investment. I'll go over everything with you as we get going. But hey, let's get started. Okay, so the first one I have for you guys, I've already pre-opened these guys so I can talk about them a little bit. The first one I got here, Dustin May. Now, for those of you that know Dustin May, you know that he just had Tommy John surgery this year. So this guy is a bit of a risk. But with risk comes opportunity. So his card prices have dropped quite a bit. With that said, I think I got this card for about 40, 50 bucks. There is only 57 of them. So pop 57 on this X-Fractor. And I definitely think that the investment of 40, 50 bucks on a card like this, when the population of them is so low, definitely you can get some high reward on that. Also, I happen to really like Dustin May. So I might even decide to just PC this and just hang on to this and maybe pick up another one maybe. So anyway, I think Dustin May is a bit of a risk, but there's definitely some reward there if he comes back and does well. Plus, he's 23 years old. He's got an ERA of 2.93. He was absolutely crushing it and on fire. He was just up there with like Walker Buehler, Clayton Kershaw. He was in the starting rotation for the Dodgers, if you don't know who he is. Definitely a great guy to check out. I thought it was a good investment. That's why I did it. Let's move on. So the next two guys actually, I think are good investments if you don't have a lot of cash, but you want to get in on some really good players. So decided to go for one of these. Pete Alonso. If you've been following his prices, they have dropped significantly. I picked this card up for $30 maybe in a PSA 10. Now, one of the things that I really like about doing that is that the cost of grading is $25. Not to mention you have to wait a year at this point to get them back from PSA. So, with that said, I think going in and getting a couple Pete Alonso, whether it's this one or the Chrome, I've already picked up a few. The population of them is pretty high. I think there's about 14,000 of them. So if you want to go in a little deeper and you want to try and pick up an auto of Pete Alonso, I definitely think that's a great investment also. But if you want to get in just for a couple bucks, literally $30, you get a PSA 10. I think that's a great deal on Pete Alonso. Now, Pete Alonso is 26 years old. He's got 104 home runs. I'm not sure if it's still true, but a couple months ago, there was nobody that had more home runs in the last 3 years than Pete Alonso, which makes him a pretty solid pickup. Not to mention he's with the New York Mets, which is a great franchise that will be going for years and years and years to come. So that's my take on Pete Alonso. Yordan Alvarez. Another guy that I think has potential to pop in the playoffs. This one I got for less than 20 bucks. If you can pick up a Yordan Alvarez for less than 20 bucks, PSA 10, please go ahead and do that. I would even be happy to buy more of these at that price. There were a couple months in the beginning of the season where this guy's cards were skyrocketing. Everyone was PCing Yordan Alvarez. Now there's a chance for pretty much everyone to pick up on some Yordans. Go out and do it. $20, PSA 10. Let's see if I can pull up something on Yordan Alvarez right here. He is 24 years old, 24 years young. He's got 60 home runs, and his batting average is just under 300. So definitely a guy to get involved in right now. Good investment, I think. Definitely worth checking out if you guys haven't already, okay? The next two were pretty big investments for me. That's why I saved them for last, okay? If you guys are liking the video so far, please go ahead and hit the like button, hit the follow button. But if you haven't done so already, you might do so after these two cards. The first one that I have here is a player that I believe in. Boom. Joey Gallo. So this is a Joey Gallo blue. Look at that. That is a gorgeous card. It's got two 10s, got a 9 on the surface, but I haven't Haven't seen it yet. Might be a print line or two on there, but either way, a blue Joey Gallo. I got this one for $300. Slab Stocks was mentioning it on a couple of their videos and their podcast about that sale and how it went so low. I was lucky enough to be that guy. I think Joey Gallo is a great investment. He's got 38 home runs on the New York Yankees right now, and he's got 2 seasons so far that he's hit 40 or more. He's got very strong potential to be able to do that again this year. If he hits 2 more, he'll be at 40. Not to mention, if he starts performing in the playoffs, Joey Gallo's prices are going to skyrocket. So I definitely think right now is a good time to get in on Joey Gallo. Depending on how much money you want to invest in him, you can get a base auto of his, I think, for like $50. Going up to a base BGS 9.5 or PSA 10, I think, for a couple $100. But if you invest in something like this, if you try to get a steal, I think for $300, a Joey Gallo blue out of 150, you're getting the pop count, you're getting the auto. It's just a pretty card. I'm very, very happy with this. I think there's a lot of potential with Joey Gallo. He just needs to keep performing. So that's why I picked this up. This is solid. I'm very, very happy with this. Moving on, this guy is someone that I personally thought was super overhyped. I was not a buy on this guy for years until right now, because I feel like he's finally living up to the hype. There you go. Bryce Harper. He is the front runner right now for the NL MVP. This one, all 9.5s and a 10. Could potentially cross this over to a PSA 10. Card looks absolutely beautiful. Let me take it out of the case. I can show you guys a little clearer, and I'll explain more about Bryce Harper. There you go. That's just a nice looking card. So, Bryce Harper, 28 years old. Now, he has been overshadowed by the guy that he came up with, Mike Trout. Mike Trout has been crushing it, hitting 40-plus home runs for years. Meanwhile, Bryce Harper, staying consistent, chugging along. This guy has got 265 home runs. He's got 33 on the year. He has been dominant for years. This is a guy who I think if you ever want to get in on Bryce Harper, I think it's now or never. I think from this point moving forward, his prices are only going to continue to go up because, as I was talking about, early on when he came up, a lot of people thought that he was overpriced, overhyped, and it sort of like caused his prices to go down. But now that he's showing he is actually performing at Hall of Fame level, because if he keeps going this way, he will be in the Hall of Fame. If he keeps going, I think by the time he's 35 in the next 7 years, he'll have somewhere around 450, 500 home runs, and he's going to be a shoo-in for the Hall of Fame. So I think people are starting to realize that now, and they're starting to buy in on his cards now. So if you want to get in on Bryce Harper, even if it's just a base paper, try to get a PSA 10 if you can. I think you can still get him for about $100. I think they're a solid investment. I decided to go a little heavier. Now, I don't have tons of money where I can just get whatever cards I want, but if it's a card like this that I feel like is a good investment, then I will make that good investment. So that's it for the day. This is the one I've been looking forward to for a really long time. Just a little recap right here. I'll lay these out. This is just my mail day. There we go. So we've got the Dustin May X-Fractor, Pete Alonso base, Yordan Alvarez base. Both of these you could probably get for under $50, I'm guessing. The Joey Gallo, again, got that one for $300, and the Bryce Harper got that one for a little under $1,000, but I think it's absolutely worth it, and I've been wanting to PC something on this guy. I had a few of his papers. This one I'm definitely going to hold on to for a long time. So thank you guys for watching. Again, if you liked it, please go ahead, hit that like button. If you have any comments, any suggestions, if you have any other players that you recommend, Maybe you don't like any of these guys, and that's totally okay. If you have anybody else that you do like or anything you want to say in the comments, please go ahead and do so, and I will get back to you there. Thank you guys very, very much for watching, and I'll see you soon.